I believe I have enough Wi-Fi connectivity out here. The modem's not that far away. But hi, welcome to live. I'm going to paste the link in the patrons chat. But we're here. I've already grabbed a bottle of water. We'll wait for someone to join, and then we'll start doing what we're going to do. Game meme fans and alarms. Kyle Tanner here. I should have put it in CJ's Discord that I'm live. I've told some of the Americans. I don't know where it says. Oh, there's the view count. It's been quite a while since I streamed. But yeah, we're here. So if you saw the video that I put up 2-3 days ago, I honestly don't remember hang on, what day would it have been? Would it have been it's been a blur, honestly. It would have been late last week. I think it was Friday or yeah, it would have been Friday last week, I think. I got 10 fans and a whole bunch of vintage fluorescent lights. I don't know how charged my computer is. I'm streaming from my laptop, so this is going to be a bit scuffed. I wanted to be streaming from my phone because then I can walk around and show you stuff, but I can try over there. Hopefully we'll be able to move over there soon. Otherwise I'll just have to run an extension lead over here for testing because this is the only bench that I've got clear at the moment. But there's all those 2-foot fluorescent lights and some remote ballasts, and then also there's a whole bunch of fluorescent lights. I haven't even counted. There's, I can move a little bit. I've got a bit of cable because the battery in my laptop is pretty much shot. So but as you can see, there's 3 of these big dusty fluorescent lights. There's also this cadet with a shop light reflector, which is really exciting, and a couple of single battens over there. And then over there in my storage, you can see these 3 fluorescent lights. They're single T12 triangular shaped fixtures. And then there's a whole bunch of T12 and T8 fluorescent tubes back there as well. I put them all back there so because they were lying on the floor here. So I didn't want to step on them. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? This is my crunching material. I should have thought this through a bit better. Right. Dan Newman is messaging me. Sorry about this, guys. What I'm going to do, there's extension leads, but they're sort of buried. I'm going to run an extension lead because I've got a power point over there. And as you can see, I've got my power meter in it ready to go. But that was when I thought, well, you know what, let's move the laptop over there because I can sit it on this bucket. Yeah, here we go. Put this thing here. The laptop can go in that one. Perfect. Okay, so we're over here now. This is where stuff is falling. Where's my phone? It's here. I need to try and send Dan a link. Here we go. Share. See if that works. All right. So, where should we start? I don't even know. I haven't even shown you all the fans yet. There's a bunch of down on the floor here. These are all from that haul, and there's some real cool stuff in here. This is an Evergo Wattmaster. That is also an Evergo Wattmaster. This is a Chevron. This is a Casablanca. That is a GEC Royal 36-inch. There's 2 Mistral MCF A36s. There's a real old style Wattmaster, Martech, and a Crumpton Greaves High Breeze 56-inch. So we'll get to those in a bit. What I want to do is we'll test some of these fluorescent lights. 2 of them, I believe, have plugs. And I've bought a whole bunch of short extension leads that we can cut up to put plugs on some of these other ones. This is the only light right here. This one actually came with a plug, and these tubes were in it when I received it. So it's a triangular shape one. I don't know what you call this shape. If anyone knows what this. Hey, Dan. Kyle's talking about something. He's getting a new ceiling fan for his room. That's cool. what was I saying? Yeah, this is an interesting shape. That's what I was saying. I also have this. I got this from eBay. It's basically the Americans have the kilowatt meters. This is basically one of them, but Australian, with our weird plug that looks like an angry Chinese dude. So I've already tested this out. I know it works, but I also have, if I remember where I put it, right here, this, and this is basically just a plug with a light bulb in series, so that to testing for shorts, so that it doesn't go bang when I plug it in. That light bulb will just light up really light. So go ahead and plug this into the power meter. This one's drawing 0.2 amps and it's got power factor of 0.7. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. So, or 0.8. So the capacitor in this one's probably all right. How many watts it's drawing? 42 watts. That sounds about right because it's two 18-watt tubes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this one over on that other bench because we'll dust it off. I think we'll do 2 lights at a time. This is the other one right here. This is a half piper. I sent a photo of this one on Dan's patron chat. As you can see, that's what the profile of it looks like. 2 20-watt T12. It's also got a plug on it. I put this plug on it. It didn't have one on it when I got it. I know this one works as well. 0.37 amps, 0.4 power factor, 0.5 is going up. So the capacitor in this one is probably not working. 45 watts. I forget what the other one was drawing. But I like this meter. Anyway, at some point, I've got a bunch of short extension leads in a bucket that we will cut up and fix plugs to these other lights. This is a single T12 2-foot fluorescent light as well. It's missing one of these ends. But the guy said, because it was basically, there was this massive shed that wasn't his, and he had to clear it all out, get rid of everything in there. And so he was explaining to me that if he finds any more fans or any, because there's a couple fans that don't have blades, like that Chevron and that Wattmaster, I don't have the blades for them, unfortunately. But he said if he finds them, he'll let me know, and also if he finds any more fans or lights in the big pile. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've got a carbon fiber towel here. It's a little bit damp. This is a sink, by the way. I've got a sink in my shed. Let's get these tubes out. I'm going to wipe the fitting off first. I've got a couple of different rags here. I believe this one would have been a T12 fitting. We can open it up and have a look at the ballast. Oh, it's actually in quite good shape underneath all the dust. It's only a little bit of rust. You don't know why you go anywhere where every time someone starts streaming. Why do I feel like my chat's frozen? This laptop is a great piece of equipment. It's a 10-year-old MacBook Air, so see if I can bring up the chat on my phone. Oh, it's not frozen, it's just no one said anything. That's cool. There's only one person watching, but I'm still going to do this anyway. I think let's open this up because I am curious to see what the ballast looks like. Screwdriver. hit my head on the cupboard. Only 2 screws, but there's holes for 4, which is peculiar. Oh, it comes apart like this. Okay. That's the cover removed. It's got an MSP ballast in it, which is a company I've never heard of before. And Phillips S2 starters, and there is a capacitor. There's no date. That's got no discharge resistor. There's no date on the capacitor. 1967, I reckon. There's this date stamped on the ballast. That's what the ballast looks like. And the capacitor. And there's a red 67 stamped in there, so I reckon that might be 1967. It seems really early, but wouldn't surprise me. And this is for 220 watt or 140 watts. So this would have been a T12 fitting, so we'll put T12 tubes in it. In service, because I've got enough T12 tubes. That was the thing as well. With all these lights, I got a lot of T12 tubes, which is really exciting. So, and there's a few of them that are new in box as well, which is really exciting. .108 cam is here. Hi Cam. What do I see, Dave? It turns off at some point. We'll quickly wipe off these tubes as well. These are just T8 tubes. They're Marabella T8 tubes. But I got a bunch of T12s with that hole, which I'm really excited about. That is actually surprisingly dusty. It's funny, you don't notice until you clean it. I don't always love cleaning tubes as well, because sometimes when you wipe them, the etch comes off. But yeah, this one doesn't have an etch. Unless I just wipe it off. I don't know if you saw how bad this light looked before, but it is nice and clean now. So I'll go ahead and put it. Where should I put it? I need somewhere to set all these 2-foot fixtures. I'll quickly clean off this half piper, and then there's a 2x18 watt cadet that we can have a look at. Has these ends. Unfortunately, one of them's missing. But again, he said that if he finds them, he will let me know. I've already opened up this one. It's got a Ferguson ballast in it. And it's actually got a lot of surface rust, so it might not clean up super well, but still going to give it a clean. I would have been really cool if the tombstones were black, but I mean, they've got those things covering them, so they don't really need to be. I'm not sure if I should repaint this. Have we got any brass enders? They're incredibly really. There's brass enders. Brass end, the tubes or the fittings? I'm talking about brass end fluorescent tubes or brass end fluorescent fittings. I know that the black end fluorescent tubes exist, but I don't even know if we had them. No, we did have them in Australia because I have one. I've got a national 15 watt T8 black ender somewhere. Or was it Westinghouse? It was an old black ender. So I can just move it outside. This cloth is wet, which is why it's looking super black. Tubes with brass caps. No, I've never even seen one like that. I haven't ever had many T12s the most amount of T12s I've got was in this haul. So yeah, I had one brand new Philips T12. I bought it when I was clearing them out, when they first stopped selling them. I'm really wishing they didn't stop selling them. Watching but can't listen. Pete's talking vacuums. Turn on. Dan's watching. Oh, I can't. There you go. Dan's watching, but I don't think Pete is talking about vacuums, is what he said. So honestly, cleaning the tubes makes such a huge difference because they're the part that you see the most. This is a brand new tube as well. I have the sleeve for it. It was in the fitting when I got it, but I have the sleeve for it, and then there's a different tube in the sleeve. All that etch is not in a good way. Probably tape over that or something. So I might end up swapping because that's a Phillips tube, so I might end up swapping both Phillips tubes back into this light, and then putting this one back in its original sleeve. Wipe these off as well. A lot of them are cracked. I think only one of them isn't cracked. I think it's this one. There's a box blowing around outside. Actually, if Dan's watching but not listening, I can annoy him by eating some shapes by supporting 81220 LLC. You can't escape the crunching. Oh, hang on, I didn't like that one. One there. It's annoying that they're cracked. I wonder if I could wrap them up with some black tape so they're a bit stronger. Yeah, I think I've seen photos of tubes with brass end caps on the fluorescent lighting Facebook group. The ones with the bayonet on the end, not the normal, just two pins. Yeah, I think I've seen photos of those, but never seen one in person or have one. Mind you, I've never seen a fixture like this one in person until I got this one, so it's a first for everything, I guess. Sorry I've got one, I'm just grabbing another light. What I have right here is a 2x18 watt Associated Lighting Industries Cadet. You can tell by the design of the end cap here, and it actually has two T12 tubes in it. It had no tubes in it when I received it. I stuck some tubes in it so that there was less loose tubes rolling around. It's a twist ender cadet. Some cadets are pull ender. That shot light one with the shot light reflector is a twist ender. No, it's not. It's a pull ender. The spring loaded ones. There we go. I'm gonna go get some tools and a plug. That's already there. Right, so I'm not going to show wiring the lights on the stream just because I'm not too sure about the legality of that, and because I'm technically licensed. I don't know if I can be showing that how to wire things up online, but it's quite simple. This one has an ATCO ballast in it, so it's a newer cadet. Still for 220 watt lamps though. As you can see, it's an Australian made ballast. It'll be interesting to see why that a pull ender one is, because the pull ender ones are usually older. So the twist ender. I'm pretty sure there's a technical name for that, but I can't think of it right now. I don't think it's pull ender. The ones with the spring loaded end caps. I have 3 brass enders, all F40 T12s. Nice. I really would like to have an F40, any F4212 that isn't cool white, because I kind of prefer daylight. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I prefer daylight, sometimes I prefer cool white, but sometimes I prefer to have a mix of both in the fixtures. I'm going to bring the bin back in here. Get it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the female end off this extension lead. This is just a 1 meter long extension lead with a piggyback end, which I like using the ones with the piggyback ends because then you can plug something else into them. I didn't bring my strippers, so we're just going to do this. Again, I fully expect this light to work just fine. It does have a capacitor. We'll take it back over to the watt meter. It's annoying, there's no power point on this wall. I need to put one in, and I thought I was going to be using that bench over there, so that's why I have the power meter over there. I mean, for the last few weeks, I've actually had the power meter just plugged into the shed. Just out of curiosity, your brass enders, did you receive them in a fixture or like loose? Because most of my tubes I've received in fixtures or bought brand new or like still in the sleeve. There was a few loose tubes with this haul, but that's really the only time of. Oh no, I sometimes find loose tubes in dumpsters when I go dumpster diving, and sometimes they still work, like they have a tiny bit of life left in them. Like they were in a fixture, in a twin fixture, and one of them went bad, so they replaced them both. Kind of thing. It would have been a long time since this light was powered up as well, because I think it was last powered before whoever I got it from before them, because of the way it had just cut wires connected to it. I got 2 in fixtures and found 1 loose. What kind of fixtures were they in? I'd be interested to see how old the fixtures were. Because when do you know when they would have stopped making brass and fluorescent tubes? Oh shit! Because yeah, this is the first I've ever heard of them. I'm gonna get a cable tie. I always like to cable tie the cord to the chassis of the fixture. So that it won't pull out of the connector so easily. Just like this. Sometimes I use cable ties to hang the fixtures in my shed as well. Like actually you can almost just see it behind me up there. I just pointed to it on my screen. That light is held up with cable ties. That's a 1980s Thorn Popular Pack pull ender. Not a twist on there. I'll wipe this one off with the cloth and wipe those T12 tubes off with the cloth. That rhymes. A lot of these have got a lot of surface rust on them, unfortunately, but what can you do? I think after this, we'll take a look at some of the fans. We can go between the fans and the fluorescent lights. Because a lot of these fluorescent lights I actually want to put up in the shed. I'm going to change around the lighting in the shed to make it predominantly fluorescent. This is a Philips 20-watt tube, and it's got a bunch of rust marking on it. Nice old Philips Edge 20-watt. And this fixture is an ALI cadet. I think I already said that. Associated Lighting Industries cadet. I think this is a matching tube. I think it's a Phillips. It's covered in dust. Yeah, it is. Again, very dusty. Ouch. I hit my head on the cupboard again. Let's go ahead and take this one over to the power meter. I'll come back for the laptop, don't worry. Set it like this. Bring the charger because this laptop doesn't last long without the charge. Again, this is extremely scuffed. But what can you do? Alright, here's the cadet. What I'm going to do, because this is untested and I'm not sure on the working condition of it, is use, it's underneath this contraption. I made this. I briefly showed it at the beginning of the stream. And basically what it is, there's a plug. It's a see-through plug base. So you can see what's going on inside. As you can see, it's plugged. This just plugs into power. And it basically puts this light bulb in series with whatever is plugged into it so that it's to test if it's sort of like a bang test, if that makes sense. So it's just testing that it's not shorted. And then also, obviously, if there's an earth leak, then the RCD will trip. So I'm going to plug this into the meter again. As you can see, it's glowing dimly. So there's a circuit and it's flickering because the tubes are trying to strike. But obviously it's in series, so it's limiting the voltage. You can kind of see it flickering with the tubes. If I turn this other light off, which is up here, you can sort of see the tubes flickering. So what I can do now is, it's drawing 28 watts. What I can do now is plug it straight into the power meter. No, it's not drawing 28 watts, that's the low setting. As you can see, we've got two T12 tubes left, which is nice. Those Phillips tubes are brass. Are they? They're rusty. Hang on, let me grab another one. So I don't have to take that one out of the fixture. I didn't know they were brass enders because I've had them for ages. I've had another one of them somewhere. Because I've got some that aren't corroded. So the corroded ones are brass. Because I've got some that look like this. And I thought they were the same, but they were just rusty. But they're brass. That's interesting. I did not know that. So how old would they be? There's a number on there that says 47. I doubt they're from 47. They're made in Australia, though. You got new parts for the power, mate. Cool. And there's obviously no earth fault because I can touch it. But there you go. I didn't even know those were brass enders. Let's see if I can turn the light off. See, I just thought they were rusty. Oh no, I can see it now. They are brass. Now that you say that, look at them closely. That's cool. I didn't know that existed. Awesome. Oh, I need to be extra careful with these then, don't I? Is that a brown Mistral air? Sort of. It is a brown Mistral air. Whoop. Oh, I turned it on. But it wasn't originally brown. I painted it white. No, it was white. I painted it brown. I got 4 of them. One of them had a cracked motor. That one was really corroded and scratched. So it needed painting. So I was like, well, I'm going to paint it, so I might as well paint it brown. And I was going to put wood vinyling on the blades, but I haven't yet. The thing is as well, from that one that's got the broken motor, I've got an extra set of blades. So if I wanted to keep that brown or put the wood vinyl, I could put wood vinyl on the other ones. So, and I've got the extra canopies as well, which is good because I got 2 more Mistral MCFA 36s in this haul. and they words. One of them has a broken canopy. The tarnish makes them look like rusted steel. The one you just showed has aluminium caps, the same stuff. Yeah, because they're like the same stamping around the edge. Let me grab that other one again. They've got the same stamping, like this kind of ribbed, and I'm pretty sure that end looks the same as well. So I probably won't burn them then in the fixtures when I put them up. I'll probably use the aluminium ones. There's a whole bunch of T12 tubes that I got with this haul as well, both 2 foot and 4 foot. Here, I'll bring this one. Oh, I didn't even see this. This one's that Mistral's rattling. It's upside down, but I can't read that. S-less is what that looks like. F20 T12 cool white, and then also this thorn, which probably came in one of those cadets. It's got that style of end cap. And then there's that Phillips one that I just showed you, and then a few Mirabellas, and then there's a few that are new in box as well. Just show you all these tubes while I've got them out. I don't even know what this one is. This is a Phillips. Well, that's what it says on the package, probably. That doesn't look like a Phillips end cap. Oh no, it is a Phillips. It's just probably, that looks newer because of the way the end cap is in that logo. It just says wide. This one says Crampton on it, but I'm pretty sure that's the tube that's in that half pipe, because in here is another one of these Phillips with this style of end cap. And then here's another Phillips sleeve. That's interesting. Someone sold this at some point for $1. There's another one. This sleeve is kind of destroyed, but it is. Oh yeah, it's another one of these Phillipses. It's probably brand new. It's still in the sleeve. So yeah, a bunch of new in box and used T12 tubes, and there's a whole bunch of T8 tubes as well. What is this? This fitting has a tube in it as well. This looks like a T9, doesn't it? Like a T12. It's a Phillips, but it's a little bit thinner. Can't really see the edge. That's a single fluorescent light that has one of these on the end. I don't have both of them, unfortunately. But if the other one turns up, then I have dibs on it. There's a single cadet here with a thorn tube in it, and I'm pretty sure these came with those. This one is probably the same age as that one, and that one, the T12 tubes are incorrect period. And then there's a wood vinyl one here as well that doesn't have a tube, and it's actually missing a ballast as well. Wood vinyl diffused. I think it's a pull ender. Yeah, it is. So yeah, and then I don't know who made this one, but it's another wood vinyl one. Hopefully I'll be able to get that paint off. So I think let's do some fans now. I don't know if Dan is still here, but we'll do some fan things because I want to do some fan things. I'm going to bring that half piper back over here. I dropped the screwdriver. What? It's okay. They're not going to go anywhere. Bring the charger. Bring this back over here where I've got more bench space to work on things and stuff. Plug it back in. I don't even know. I'm plugging it into a light. Like there's normally that light right there, so there'd be a bit more light here, so I can see better. But that light plug the computer in with it. Let's start. Where should we start? Let's start with this. Came with a hook. This is a Wattmaster Evergo, and it has 4 cane blades. This is what the bottom of the motor looks like. If I can find another cap to go on the bottom there, I might take this lamp socket off. But otherwise, I might honestly just leave it there, at least for now. It's completely separately wired, so I can just put a double insulated plug on that. And that will work. Let's go ahead. I can actually get away with putting a makeup plug on this. How many of these can I get? Like that one? That one. should have bought more makeup plugs. I brought extension leads, but I didn't buy makeup plugs. So, yeah, I should have thought that through a bit. Because I didn't realize that these all had flex, and that I'd be able to just put plugs on them. Hell, one of them's even got a plug on it already. But let's just start by cleaning this up. So, I'm going to just put the canopy up all the way, and then we're going to take these 2 screws out. They're actually Phillips heads. And part of the reason for doing this is to clean underneath where the lower canopy sits, but I also want to see if the capacitor says anything on it. Because I've had an Evergo made fan previously say Evergo on the capacitor and actually have an exact date. So, and it does. Nice. Evergo Industrial Enterprises, August of 1983. That's how old this fan is. So that's cool. I kind of wish I checked that sooner, but hopefully the other one has a date on it as well. And if it's the same date, then I guess we'll know that these were in the same house. I'm going to remove all of the blade screws and these plastic gaskets. And we will clean it because it's very dusty. As you can see, the other ones, all the other fans are actually dustier as well. It's down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I don't know, what do you guys rather look at, my face while I'm talking or what I'm actually doing on the fan? And I will try and show you the capacitor as well. I don't know how well it's going to come out though. What I could probably do is take a photo of it with my phone and then show you on the stream. You might be able to see where it says 1983. Right there. But it says Evergo Industrial Enterprise. August of 1983, which is interesting because one of my GEC Windsors is August of 1986. So, yeah. How easy? Yeah, see, look, this moves quite easily, so I might even just take this cord completely out and put a plug on it. Maybe. I don't want to do that because it's not very long either. I can keep this cord though. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it on here. I don't think I'm going to hang this fan anytime soon anyway. So, oh, I don't know. I might. I'm very indecisive. All right, let's clean it. Clean all this dust out of here. Yeah, it's a little bit corroded underneath the dust, but honestly, not too bad. Oops. I could remove the downward completely and take the canopies completely off, but that's too much effort. It's nice and I can clearly see the labels. They're labeled Wattmaster. That's what the label says. There's just a model number. A lot of I think when they're labeled under GEC, they often have names like the Windsors and the Biancas. But this one's a Wattmaster, so it just says Wattmaster, and then there's a model number, but not a name. So go ahead and pull these screws back. Fraser's here, just derpy, hello. Tell you what, the next fan test video is going to be with one of these fans for sure. You know what? I might just put this one up. I think. But I have the power meter now, so I'll be able to do a Dan style test with the power meter, which is pretty cool. And we'll be able to see the power factor and all of that. Again, this one has 4 cane blades, which I will probably wipe off at the same time as the motor once I put all these back in. Might actually fill the sink with water. Have I lost the plug or do I still have it? There's a plug here, yeah, this is the plug. Just put a bit of water in the bottom of the sink, because I need to rinse that cloth off. Did I tell you I picked up another? I think you did mention it. Where I got all these fans and lights from, there was a couple of loose CRT tubes. I don't know what you call them. Electron tubes. He dropped one and broke it, but he was showing me what it was because he had another one. And I didn't know if you'd be interested in them. They're just loose. They're circular shape. I didn't take a photo of them or anything. But if you want, I can probably get more information about them. That sink takes a long time to get any water in it. It would have been cool if these had a Wattmaster sticker on the lower canopy. I don't have any of the original speed controllers except for the chevron, but that fan I don't actually have any blades for. So, turn that sink off now. So when we do the test video, most of the fans won't have factory speeds. I've got a speed controller for Crumpton Greaves, and I've got Mistral speed controllers, but the rest of them will probably have to be just on a generic 3-speed controller. Let's go get the blades for this thing. There's 3 of them. I don't know where the 4th one went. Find it. Oh, there it is. Back to the stash for some reason. The blades are kind of in rough shape, unfortunately. As you can see. I mean, the whole thing's kind of in rough shape. That's what the other side of them looks like. But it's still great to have one to my collection. I'm still looking for a brown GEC Raffles. I'd really like to get a brown GEC Raffles. That would be a... This cloth's full of oil. At least the dirt's coming off. I'm going to do this above the sink because there's all loose bits coming off it. I don't really want to make a mess. Oh, dropped it. The shed's always a mess. This first one. Australia Sydney Views says, hey guys. ASV. I'm going to shut my roller door because I think people are coming. I'll wait to do this on the metal blades because metal usually cleans up better than wood. Because wood stains. Look how black the cloth is now. the cloth. The water is going brown easier. Did you put up that GEC Royal yet? No, not yet. I haven't even touched it, but we're going to in this stream because I'm cleaning all of the fans and I'm going to be testing some of them. And that GEC Royal I actually want to hang in place of the 36-inch Mistral MCFA, the really mint one. Starting to show up. Yeah, this one's kind of rough. I think I don't know if you were here when I showed, but the blades, the finish has got like all the cracks in it. But this is the only wood bladed fan in the whole hall. All the rest of them are metal. So the metal ones that aren't too rusty, like the rest of them aren't too rusty. The blades of the GEC Royal are actually wrapped up in 30-year-old newspaper, which is really interesting. So hopefully they're hopefully they're still in quite good condition. Lights. Testing some vintage fluorescent lights. And there is still a lot more vintage fluorescent lights to test. But I've actually got all day, and I've got all day tomorrow as well. Because I haven't actually been living at home the last week or so. I've been living with my girlfriend. But the end of next week, I'll be back home all the time. But I'll be back at work as well because I've taken annual leave. That's why I'm streaming right now. I'm not working. So, yeah, I'm actually going to finish them off with this cloth because that one's got oil in it and they feel oily now. Honestly, though, other than staining, when there's a lot of it, I don't think oil is too bad for wood. One more wood blade. What are the next plans for the shed? Any replacements? Like I just said, I'm going to put the 36-inch GEC Royal up where the Mistral MCFA 36 is. The Omega Bahama that's been up since forever, that's going to either be replaced with this fan or the metal bladed one, but I think the metal bladed one's 56-inch. And I'm not sure if it'll fit. 56-inch fans, the Crumpton Greaves fans just barely fit. But I don't know about anything else. I haven't tried putting up the 56-inch wing tap, but I don't think that'll fit because of the shape of the blades. So really, I can only do 48-inch fans unless I hang the 56-inch fan from the peak because that drops down a bit. But maybe I'll make that my new testing spot. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Make that the testing spot because there's never anything in the way of it. The only thing I won't be able to test huggers there, but I don't have any huggers yet, so. All right, that's this wood-bladed, can't speak. This is the wood-bladed fan, clean. I don't have anywhere to set these, unfortunately. I needed another empty bucket, really. Need somewhere to set blades with something. I'm not going to wire this one up just yet because I'm not sure which one I'm going to hang. See what kind of condition they're in. I said he wanted to go product. Let me get the blades. These blades are quite long, so this is how thick they are with dust. As you can see, there's not the lighting isn't too great. The one that I just put away was a 48-inch wood-bladed Wattmaster Evergo. That's the one that's the same as the GEC Ruffles, except it's not a GEC Ruffles. It's labeled Wattmaster. This one is another one, except it's 56-inch metal bladed, not 48-inch wood. And there's only 3 blades, not 4. That's what the underside looks like. They're actually not too bad. A little scratch there, and the end's quite dusty. But we'll go ahead and we'll start. Where should we start? Let's start with the blades, and I'm going to use this cloth. Actually, no, I'll use this one. Oh, yeah, I'll use this one. And I might actually just let this water out because it's brown. No, it's cut out completely. What's cut out completely? The fan on the blades. Do that if you want. If any of you have your own shed, get a sink. It's the best thing ever. I was going to use paper towels an all-purpose cleaner for this, but I'm just using water. This water's already going around because I didn't rinse out this cloth. Yeah, same. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Yes, same too. The only thing with this cloth is that it's really thick. It's actually a car detailing cloth, but I was about to wash it, so I thought, well, let's use it for this. I do have all-purpose cleaner if I needed all-purpose clean as well, but for the most part, it's just dust. So just wiping it off. That's about as dry as this is going to get. We'll start with the blades. Yeah, these blades are longer. Actually quite rusty on top, underneath the dirt. It's all over my hand. This blade actually isn't in too bad a shape. There's a little bit of surface rust on top and on the very... Actually, no, that was all just dirt. There isn't really any surface rust on the side that faces down, which is good. It's actually quite a clean blade. The back side of it isn't too bad. It isn't too good, but the front side's nice. That's good. Set that down. I should have put... I've got a towel. I should have put that... But, oh, well. Hi, Trennan. Trennan, the fan collector. I was watching some of your videos. I don't know what that is. I didn't do that. Someone's written something on in the dust. This one should clean up all right as well. The only thing with these thin aluminium blades is that they bend kind of easily. But another relatively clean blade, that's nice. Oh, has the stream glitched? Your light completely cut out. Oh, that's annoying. I thought you meant like something was out of the screen. Am I back now? I can type something in chat. I can check it on my phone. Test. If need be, I can go live. Can you hear me at least? Hang on, where's my phone? Because I can check the stream from my phone. Yeah, it looks fine on my end. I can't
Playing from Will's iPhone 12.
I can't see the chat though. Oh, mind you, it's frozen because I just went onto my data. It looked okay. So you can hear me, or you can't hear me, you can't see me, but you can hear me. I'm gonna close this. Oh, I know what it'll be. It's because I closed the roller door. It's blocking the Wi-Fi signal. It should come back. Close the door because the shed's made completely out of metal. It blocks all the signals. right now. This message I can. Okay. Oh, that's cool because I received that after I opened the door. I think what had happened was I opened the roller door, and it blocks all this phone signal, all the Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi router is in my bedroom. Eventually, I'm going to have another Wi-Fi router out here, so that won't be a problem. But I haven't done that yet. So hopefully, if it's not working, try and I'm actually going to type that in chat. Let's hopefully it's working. This cloth is filthy. Got a question. What ceiling fan do you suggest getting for a retro themed area? If you need to get a brand new fan, get a antique brass and wood Hunter Pacific, what's it called? Majestic cooler. You can get them online. You can get them from online lighting stores because they look like the classic American style GE vent motor housing style fan. If you can get an old fan, just browse Facebook Marketplace. Try and get like a brass and wood Mistral, or any old rare fan. But yeah, if it needs to be brand new, that's what I would do, is get a Hunter Pacific Majestic, or those fans that they have in Subway. I don't actually know what they are. Not Subway, Dome. I don't know what they are though. It says quality control passed on it. But yeah, if it needs to be brand new Hunter Pacific, it needs to be old, literally any old fan, like any old fan, like anything that I have hanging in the shed. The Omega Bahama, if you can get your hand on a brass one of them, they're pretty cool. The thing with the Hunter Pacifics as well is you can get lights for them. I think HPM still sells cane bladed fans as well. The water is really brown. Makeda Haymans. Oh, stream is running nicer now. Yeah, I think what happened, I closed the roller door, and because the shed's made completely out of metal, it blocked the Wi-Fi. Makeda Haymans. Okay, I'm going to Google that later. I don't really like Makeda very much. But anything that is that style, like the Majestic coolers, you can see how brown the water is. I'm only filling it a little bit at a time. They used to. I used to see them on the website. In saying that though, I've never seen a cane bladed HPM in person. So there's still brown coming out of this cloth. Fill the sink up again. I didn't clean that motor. Go ahead and put these blades out of the way, and then we'll have a look at this motor. The other thing as well is I have 48-inch blades, but I don't know if they would fit on this. I have a fan that It's the round motor one, not this style of motor, because this is 56-inch. It might run a little bit too quick. This one I am going to put a new plug on because it has a separately wired earth, so it's not like I can easily nicely put a plug on it. So, and because it's an industrial. Saw a rare brown cane blade airflow. That's interesting. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. The Wattmaster. Wattmaster, before Clipsal Airflow was a thing, Wattmaster used to relabel those exact fans from SMC. And they did, I've got some white ones. They used to have one in my bedroom. They did those exact fans in brown as well. So they're not, well, the brown ones are rarer than the white ones, but I still see the white ones. But I mean, they're common in my area. There's a shop in Margaret River that has one in it. They used to have a brown one, but they took it down because they put fake wood on the ceiling. Like the ugly modern fake wood, not the nice fake wood. Does this one say Evergo on it too? It does. And it is from December of 1983. So same year, just different month. Evergo Industrial Enterprises. That's nice. Let's go ahead and remove the blade screws. Oops. There's another label there as well. I'm going to use this cloth again. The water is just immediately brown again. My recent TV, not sure if I told you, is from 1976. It's got a rolling stand. Does that mean like it's on wheels? Like it's portable? As portable as a CRT TV can be. Because, you know, they're so big and heavy. Electrical tape to the cloth. The paint's coming off a little bit on this one too. I'm streaming. Set itself is not portable, but the tabletop comes with setting, but I'll move around the stand. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, so it's just like a stand. Gotcha. That's a marginal improvement. Apparently this is rated for 0.5 amps, so we'll be able to test that now. The wind is blowing things around outside. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I ever checked the label of that other one, the capacitor, because I got a 48-inch one from Marketplace a while ago, and it's mint. It's in pristine condition. It's actually running right now. I'll show you in a minute. The fan looks so much better. What light kits can you get for the Pacific cooler? Pretty much anything. I would personally get something with a pull chain. But like fan lights are kind of generic, at least on vintage fans. They all use the same thread. What I've done in the past, not with Hunter Majestic coolers, but with Omegas, is take a lamp socket, like take apart a lamp and take the lamp holder, and it's the same thread, and you can thread it onto the bottom, and then you can put any kind of shade or those batten fixed lights on them. Kind of looks, yeah, but yeah, you can like. There's a light shop in Perth. I can't remember what it's called. I have to find it. But they had a lot of older style lights that you'd be able to put on them. Does it need to have a light? Because like, if it doesn't need to have a light, then it doesn't need to have a light. But if it wants to have a light, Hunter Pacific make light kits as well. Thinking of adding a schoolhouse light. Yeah, if you can get your hands on one. I know. Don't know at this stage. I'm pretty sure you can get a schoolhouse globe style batten fix light, so then you could do the thing that I said before with the lamp socket. Or you could get something similar. I don't know where you'd get one from. I can have a look though. I haven't really looked that hard. But something similar to what that safer that I had in my bedroom has. Like an actual lamp fitter. I was going to have a look at importing stuff like American fan parts, like light kit parts, but it costs a lot to ship. So it's kind of not realistic. I just realized I put that back together. I want to rewire this fan. Just get this inside this a quick light. I don't know why I put the screws back on the lower canopy, because I want to rewire it. There is a website where you can get old school design shades. You'll have to send that to me, because that would be cool. Most of the stuff I've gotten, though, I've gotten secondhand, but I've never been actively searching for a specific fan. There's fans that I'd like to have, but like I just kind of keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace and get whatever I can. And I mean, with all of these fans and lights, it wasn't even necessarily a listing for them. It was just a listing for a massive yard sale, because the guy was clearing out sheds, and I just messaged him because I was like, oh, I've got nothing to lose. I'm just going to ask if he's got any fans. And he came through, that's for sure. The reason I asked you because I maybe just container. Oh, that'd be cool. I mean, personally, if you're turning it into a man cave, I'd get something metal bladed, but that's just me. You can't get vintage metal bladed fans new anymore, obviously. But I'd put stuff like this in there. And the older Clipsal airflows that had the J hook, I think they look quite nice. The extension put on with it with a high ceiling, so I can accommodate a fan. So if you'll be able, if you get 36-inch fans, you'd be able to hang more than one. Is the other thing as well. I'll pull this through. Hopefully, I won't have to take the hanger apart to get the lead through. I'll take the capacitor out. Easier. Are you still here, Trennan? I think Dan's here. He has his sound turned off. Dan Spiffy Newman. Take the capacitor out. Don't lose that. Yeah, Evergo Industrial Enterprise Limited, December 1983. It's a 3.5 microfarad capacitor. That's the old lead. And then there's an earth here as well. Because this has such a wide down rod, I think I should be able to do the thing. I'll have to get a bin. I might just go and find the bin. I'll be right back. have a little bin. Oh, it was behind me the whole time. I was literally standing in front of it. It's right there. Idiot. Yes, not because that'll. So Dan is watching, but he's not. He doesn't have his sound on because of Metal Pete being metal. I will be metal as well here. Metal Pete chips. I am something LLC. If you don't watch Dan Newman's videos, you won't get that joke. The thing with those chips, though, is they make me thirsty. The bin too. I don't have any tape. That's a problem. Kind of need tape to do this, actually. Dang it. Let's have a quick hunt around if I have tape. The fan I originally had was a synth in the fans are designed based on fans. Oh, I'll have to Google that. I don't know what that was. I've never heard of that before. But I'm sure it would. I'm sure whatever you get will look great because I know you have very good taste. So let's put that on that side. Oh yeah, that feels like it's gone right through. Yes, it has. That's good. There's plenty of room. I was worried that because sometimes you have to take the down rod off the fan to get it to fit. Drink some water. Okay. Oh, did I completely remove that ground? I did. Okay. I didn't realize. The GET van actually planning to put in service as main TV for the recreation area of the man cave. That'll be cool. Personally, I wouldn't daily drive a CRT, but that's because I like nice picture quality. In saying that, though, I wouldn't daily drive a smart TV either. My main TV, I have a TV in my bedroom, and it's about a 5 or 6 year old Panasonic that I got secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, if it's a color TV, then fine, I guess. I know VHS tapes, the quality of them isn't as bad as I was expecting. I didn't pay attention to which is live and which is neutral. I took this apart. I think that says on it. The top's live, the bottom's neutral. I might see if I can get this to fit where the Bahama is. Previously, I had a Crumden Greaves in the spot that's like immediately above the roller door. The other thing as well is I watch more YouTube than I watch. I watch more YouTube than I watch TV, but I watch YouTube on the TV, so there's that. Earth on. wonder if Dad's actually testing videos, testing fans. I know Metal Pete was doing vacuum things. Get that. Get. Good, nice connection on the earth. Pull the rest of this up. And then that's it for under here. Close this up. Oh, I need to put the capacitor back. Refix the capacitor into place. I know a lot of people don't worry about refixing capacitors, but I have this one. The thing is, it's going to be tricky to get this nut back in there. Yeah. Oh, the G was moved by Hitachi. Oh yeah. I know Hitachi's makes what's it called? Like diggers and shit like that, like construction equipment, machinery. I've actually got a couple of Hitachi branded fluorescent tubes as well. Somewhere. I don't know where they are. And they're like they're cooler than 6500. They'll be about 7,000 kelvins. They're really cool. And they'd be like a T9 or a T10. They're a little bit thicker than a T8, but not as thick as a T12. And I think they're 40 watt. Because they're also what's the holes? Because they're also everything on them is written in Japanese. So Singapore, yeah, it'd be Hitachi then. I'm pretty sure Hitachi was Singapore. Let's take down the Omega Bahama and see if this will fit in its place. And if it does, then I will put it up and we'll make a test video about it on the stream, which will be cool. So we're going to take down that fan because I've been wanting to take down that fan for a while. Get my stuff is falling. Just give this white fan one last go. I think it's turned on. Yes, it is. This is high. It's not a very fast fan. Oh, it's based in Japan. Oh, yeah. By the way, is there too much light? Can you see okay? Because if there's too much light, then I will turn some of the lights off. Let's see which switch this is. That one. What kind of tools do I need? I need a Phillips. Take all these bulbs out first. So that one there is what this fan was plugged into. That's a light switch. You can use that for a light. But yeah, see the thing is, this is a 52-inch fan, I believe, and it's almost hitting the light. So there's that tray there as well. I don't know if that Evergo is going to fit in this specific spot. I might have to swap some other fans around. We'll see. Let's check what the chat says. Is that the Omega fans from that way? No, it's just kind of weak. Lighting is good. That's good. Yeah, it moves enough air. The blades aren't super steeply pitched. They only have a bit of pitch to them. But I've always found that wood bladed fans are never as strong as metal bladed fans. Metal bladed blades are kind of always stronger. So I'm setting the glass up on that shelf. I have to put it away later. Now that I can actually get to my glassware shelves. It's not going to fall though. Actually, that's the other thing as well. I'm going to take down this Mistral because I'm going to put that 36-inch GEC Royal here. At least I'm hoping to. If it doesn't hang down too low. Because it hangs down quite low from memory. A little bit of shed dust on this. This fan's been in this hanging in my sheds pretty much since I got it. And I've been wanting to take it down for quite a while too, but I haven't been sure what to replace it with. What I might do, because there's heaps of room on that side and not much room on that side because it's hanging on this side of the beam, I'll probably I've got a bit of wood that fits in between here, so I can get that Evergo exactly in the middle. I'll just have to find a J hook, which I think I had one before. So. But what I usually do to test who the fan speed is put one blade on and then just spin it around and see what it hits. Spin it around by hand. Ow, hit my head. If it doesn't fit, then I'll just have to test it somewhere else. But I'm going to make a test video of that 56-inch Evergo. Something else. That's interesting. I think they use the same motor for 36-inch blade sets, as it says. It says something about 36-inch on there. This is the same motor as some of those stamped Martec tats. Actually, it's the same motor as that Casablanca, except it's painted black because it's in the housing. It's got the housing on top of it. I have to hang this somewhere as well. It's always tricky with these hooks. There we go. Grab this. Just want to make sure before I plug it in that everything that's not being used is off. Yes, it is. Actually, we need to test it first, but I'll test it up there with the series contraption light bulb thing. I said I was going to do a thing, didn't I? With a bit of wood. I have to do wood before. Let's just test it first and see if it fits just like that. I don't think it will, but get the series thing. Oh, it's actually got scratched on the bottom. That's unfortunate. that's ready to test. So I'm just going to go put some power to it. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Well, it's definitely not a dead short, and it is barely moving with the light bulb, so that's good. Plug it straight in and see it spin. The light bulb just hit the screwdrivers, so that was. The air move. Bladed ones aren't even that powerful compared to the metal bladed ones. A few months ago, I saved 1970s fans on a whole bunch of light fixtures from my neighbor's house, which got the most. What fans were they? It's interesting. There's all of this stuff that I got. It's sort of a deceased estate. The guy had cancer, and this other guy was selling all this stuff for him, and it was just these sheds full of stuff. That's why I might get those blades for those other fans at some point in the future. So low probably isn't going to work at all. Medium and high will work, so that's cool. And something's dragging, but I'll sort that out later. So now let's just loosely put one of the blades on and see if it's going to immediately hit. I think it probably will, because 56 inch, not 48. It's clear on this side, so that's good. So clear I might even move it over as a first attempt. But this will be cool because next to it, just off camera, is another Union Evergrande, but it's 48 inch. If I had the blades to the Wattmaster, because that's a 48, I'd probably put that either here or where the M Corp is at the moment. So it's definitely clear on this side, and it's going to hit that light. Yeah. But that's honestly okay, because I'm going to take that light down. So we'll just do that right now, and then I'll stick a fluorescent light up there. Cool. Right, it hits those hooks. Actually, does it hit the next fan? No, it doesn't. Miles. Just take the hooks down. So that's cool. It is going to fit. So we will test this fan here and probably run it for a bit there too. Anyway, I suppose I have to go. Got to have lunch. See you later. I might be streaming. I'm going to be streaming for a while, Fraser. So. Let's go ahead and take down this light, because then I can put all the other blades up there. Switches. I never liked this light up here. I hardly use it, so I'm not too upset about taking it down. It's just held in with cable ties. Right, now that fan is clear. So what's interesting is that I wonder why the chromium grease didn't fit there. I wonder if it's because the blades stick up a bit. That's cool. I thought 56 inch fans didn't fit in my shed, but apparently they do, so it's cool. I need a flat head, a big flat head. Why I bought so many screwdrivers to keep in the shed, because I end up losing them. Right. Yeah, so that clears everything now. The only thing with the way my testing rig is set up is I can't, let's use the little thing that it's given me. Pull it out of. Yeah, the only thing with my testing rig is that I can't put the meter on one fan. I just have to have all the other ones turned off. It's not even really a testing rig, it's just a bunch of controllers wired together on a plug that I can plug that power meter into. Sorry, I'm not saying anything. But I think that I'll make that spot over there my new testing spot and run a separate cable. I literally just had that idea. So yeah, probably test a few of the other ones there. Maybe on this string, maybe not. I really wish I had the blades for that other Wattmaster. Right. That was awesome. It's a cool looking fan, that's for sure. Let's turn it on. That's low. And it does actually spin. It was stalling before. So. It does come kind of close to that Mistral, but that's okay. I think next thing we'll do is have a look at that GEC Royal. I'm quite looking forward to that. Another thing that I could do is swap it with the 48-inch one. Actually, that one's hanging lower. That's why it's clearing everything as well, I think. Let's go to medium. This is just on a 3-speed controller, by the way. There's that scraping noise from before. Medium will probably be where it lives on. And we'll just give it a go on high and just see how quick it goes. I wonder if it needs a capacitor. That's not very quick. That's unfortunate because that capacitor's got the original label on it. And I don't know if I have another capacitor like that. Yeah, that seems really slow. It's been sitting for a long time, so. Are you going to test any more lights? The old fluoros are amazing. Yeah, we'll get back to the old fluoros. I think we'll replace that fan, that Mistral, with the GEC Royal that I was talking about. And then I think we'll do some more fluorescent lights. But that seems kind of slow, considering that the 48-inch one that's next to it is going faster, and that one's on medium. Yeah, it seems kind of slow. I'll leave it for now, but I think I might put that wood-bladed one up where the M-Corp one is if I don't want to try any of these other ones. Which is the unfortunate thing. So we'll leave it running for a bit because we'll have a look at the foil and clean it up before we hang it. I need to fit a plug to it, which looking at it won't be too difficult. So I think it's either Loyal or Royal. I honestly can't remember what the model name for these is. But the blades are with it, and they're wrapped up with newspaper, which is also peculiar. I think the bottom of the motor's really, yeah, the bottom of the motor has seen better days. So that needs a repaint. Doesn't have any other label on it other than GEC 36 volts, 240 to 270 volts. That's interesting. 50 cycles, 55 watts. So let's unwrap this crispy duct tape. I don't think there's going to be much saving these newspapers, unfortunately. I need a knife, really. There we go. Oh, this blade's a bit scratched up. Yeah, I think this one might need at least a little bit of paint. Surprising the duct tape hasn't left too much crap on the down rod. Set the motor aside for now. Let's have a look at these blades. So yeah, like I said, they're wrapped up in this real old newspaper. Oh, here's some cars. This will give us a good idea of what era this newspaper's from. I don't know enough about cars, but or old Australian cars rather. Here's, oh, here we go. January 19th, 1989. That's when this newspaper is from. So this fan has been wrapped up in newspaper since 1989, which means it probably has a bad capacitor. I'm not going to throw this away just yet. Two more blades. There's more cars on this. So all of these cars were new when 1989, when this fan was wrapped up. Let's see the date on this one as well. It might not be. No, I don't think there is. That's cool. Thank God they date newspapers. January 19, 1989. That's when this newspaper is from. Let me just slip this blade out of here. There we go. So yeah, these blades are pretty much untouched since the 80s. And they're definitely in better condition than the motor, but they're not pristine. But I'm honestly not. His metalness likes this one. Here you go. The bottom of the motor needs a bit of help, but hopefully a rattle can will fix that. If I can get the label. There it is. GEC. I think it's either a Loyal or a GEC Loyal or GEC Royal. I have to check with Lachlan. His school has a bunch of these, but it's been wrapped up in newspaper since. Wait. This newspaper is from 1989. The blades were wrapped up in it. So it's been wrapped up since 1989. So it'll be older than that. I think these are late 60s, early 70s, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to put some pliers. Now, let's see here. There's a bit of fencing wire on it to try to get rid of. What speed is this? I don't have the regulator for it, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure they're 5-speed though. I would be able to find a photo of what the regulator would have looked like because Lachlan Potts is one of the other biggest Australian fan collectors. There was a bunch of 56-inch or 48-inch. There was a bunch of full-size ones of these in his high school. And he always used to take photos of them. There's videos on YouTube of them as well. I'll have to see if I can find them and send them to you. But I've been on the lookout for one for a while. Never mind in 36-inch. I love 36-inch stuff. But, oh, come on. This fencing wire is really thick. That's going to be in the way of hanging it. Come on. Yeah, it would have been 5-speed. To answer your question, I don't have the switch, but it would have been 5-speed. I don't have anything sharp enough to cut it either. I need to bend it out. Try not to destroy the grommet either. What I'll probably do as well, because it draws the same amount of power as the Mistral, I'll probably just leave it on the Mistral controller though. Hopefully it has a good range of speeds. Because I don't really want to put a 3-speed control on it. Come on. I'm barely making a dent on this fencing wire. I think it was put on here and then cut off. That's what's happened. There we go. I think that's just about got it. Don't know who would have done this. And it's probably been on here since 1989 as well. There we go. Got it. Got the fencing wire off. Right. There's a pin going through the lower canopy. Take that out. This is all plastic canopies, and they're still intact, which is nice. Take them off so that I can. So this is easier. There is a wire hanging out of it. Let's actually see what's going on. So it looks weird. As if it's easy to decipher, I can put a makeup plug on it. Oh, that's easy enough to decipher. I don't really have enough makeup plugs, that's the thing. I need to get more. I think I'm going to put one on this, because this lead's plenty long enough. I've got one left. If Metal and Dan are watching, eat some biscuits. Metal Pete's probably doing cooking things again though. Dan, if you're still watching, what would be the best way to fix that big rust spot of missing paint? I don't want to just slap some paint on the bottom of the motor. I was thinking I'll rub it back and put rust converter on it. But if you have any better ideas, I'm welcome to hear them. My ears are open. I remember that our primary school had a few fans that never bothered to replace the switches. So it was a mishmash. Oh, that's cool. My school only replaced a couple of fans. Most of them were still original. My school had 48-inch Crompton Greaves high breezes, 10 of them. There would have been 12 originally, but 2 of them got removed and not replaced with anything. They got removed because they were in the way of the projectors. They all had original controllers. One of them, I remember, had a failed capacitor though, or it just ran really slow compared to the other ones. And then 2 of the rooms had Island Breeze fans. I don't know how to describe them. J-hook. And one of them had them on a variable speed, and then one of them had all 3 fans on a 5-speed Bonnier controller. And one of the ones in the 5-speed room was replaced with a Wattmaster WAT RCF12, like the ones I have. And then there was a room that had 56-inch GEC Biancas, the pancake motor ones, not the Evergo. Well, they are Evergo, but not the normal motor, the pancake, the flat motor. And then the library had Clipsal Airflows. Some of the other rooms had SMC Wattmasters. Oh, there was an old HPM Airboss as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else there was at my school. They're all gone now because the building was demolished. That sucks. What state are you in? Because I like to try and save as many fans as I can, but I haven't ever actually saved any from a building being demolished as of yet. I need to get in contact with a salvage company. I got given his number, but I haven't made any contact yet. All right, well, there's a plug on it. Victoria, oh yeah. I was born in Victoria, but I'm from WA. So let's just have another look in here. See if there's a date in here. This is an oil-filled capacitor, 2.5 micro. So it might still work, which is a good thing. Seems to work correctly. There's no date on it though. Let's give it a little bit of a wipe over. I'll just throw a wipe on the ground. Now it's in the way. There is paper gaskets, not plastic ones on this one, so I'm not gonna. How can I take them off of that? Separate it. The screws are real tight. Let's see here. Oh, they're kind of disintegrating too. That one came off, which is good. Managed to get that one off, barely. Right, let's have a little wipe. This one has plastic canopies, so the good thing about that, other than the fact that they're yellow, is that they don't rust. So you can clean them up quite nicely. That Evergo isn't speeding up yet, so although it doesn't, it just seems like it could be going faster, but honestly, it won't surprise me if that's it. I'll have to check the current draw, which I can do now. Right. I'm not even going to bother cleaning the blades because they were wrapped in paper for almost 40 years. I would like to know what era these were from. These GEC Royals. Can't get the pin back in. There you go. There you go. Almost. There we go. It's back in. Again, I'm not going to even bother cleaning up those blades, but I think I'm actually just going to throw it together here. Because it's a small fan. So it's kind of easy to maneuver up there. The garbage truck is emptying the recycle bins. Not sure if you can hear that. There's a shoe store in Busselton that has a couple of 56 and a couple of 36-inch ones. They're either these or not a shoe store. It's like a men's suit store. Dan's kind of shop actually. Yeah, there's a bunch of these. They're either these or weatherites. I can't remember. I think they're these. I have to go back and check at some point. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that Evergo because I want to let it spin down. Shit. Of course I did. This one's got a little bit of dust and scratches on it because it was rubbing on the motor. So this one might need a repaint as well as the bottom of the motor. Yeah, it doesn't seem stiff. It's spinning nicely. Alright. I'm going to have to do the series light bulb test as well. Let's go ahead and set the camera there. And I'm going to put down this mistral there, which has been up here for quite a while. Ouch, as well. Let me really cover this on where I set it down today. This fan I got with the Safer and the SMC from the same house. It was in a bedroom, and I think that house was hardly used. So all of the fans were in really good shape. The Safer has stiff bearings though, but the rest of them are very good. There's a couple of rough ones of these in this hole as well. CFA76s. This has actually got more dust on it being in my shed than it did in the house. That gives you an idea. This thing was really clean. Oh, that's the light. That's a fan. Right, put up this fan. That was easy. Oh, it's very close to that fan. The fan is on. Well, it was going to hang a lot lower, but it doesn't, so that's nice. It's not sitting in the grommet. There we go. There's enough of a gap there. It shouldn't shift too much. Where's my light bulb tester? There it is. works. That's good. Go ahead and plug it straight in. See this cavity as well. There's one person still watching. It's probably Dan. Everyone else is probably gone. It's fine. I'm being a bit boring now. I'm not talking much. But there we go. Oh, it's going to hit the union. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll have to fiddle with that a bit more. Probably have to open the space a bit. Jesus, this is close. Oh, that's good. It works. Oh, you're still there. Oh, Dan's probably left then. That's cool. But there you go. There's the 36-inch GEC Royal. Hopefully Cam's still here. 108 Cam, because all of you are fast being. I have a fan running on full speed in my room every night. I'll do some more fluorescent lights. Which one should we look at next? Let's look at this ALI Cadet shop light. It's got a big shop light reflector in it. It's going to be a bit awkward to show on the camera, though. That's the only thing. But we'll see. That seems really slow. Setting. Here it is. Now I may end up repainting it because it's, and I normally don't mind rust, but it's on the reflector surface. But this is just the normal pull ender Cadet, as you can see, T12, but they've stuck a big reflector on it, which is kind of interesting. It's got a bit of conduit on the back of it that I need to take off, which is why it's not sitting on the bench nicely. Well, let's go ahead and pull off this nice reflector. I'm actually wondering if this is custom. Someone made this, but it looks factory, so. Let's see here. Oh, that's only removed the reflector, and then it's actually just a normal bare batten. That's interesting. I guess that's cool if you wanted to use it like a normal bare batten, but and that'll make it easier to repaint the reflector too. And this comes off as well. And we've got two Sultra ballasts. So this one is a bit older. So the twist ender ones must be older, newer than the pull enders. This is what the ballast in this one looks like. So we can get a date on the capacitor or anything. So 6 microfarad capacitor. Let's see a date on there. Yeah, I don't see a date on this one. I think these are original starters. Oh no, they're Sylvania starters, so this thing was probably used quite heavily. Because I think Associated Lighting made their own starters. Although in saying that, this is proving to be quite difficult to remove. So I can get this one out. There we go. That has 40 to 65 watts. It's a real old Sylvania. Both of them are the same. So let's get this conduit out of the way. What I might end up doing is putting eye bolts on this one. Looks like it had chains on it at some point. But go ahead and pull this out. Yeah, undo this. This is right at 2.5 as well, which is interesting. Yeah, I found that the viewer count on the YouTube seems to not be super accurate. So there might be more than 2 people watching. So I could check what it says on my phone. There's two big cable ties. Cable tied to the light. Okay, cut them. Okay. Get another lead. The leads with the piggyback end is really only a benefit on lights. I can't really use them on fans unless I want to have more than one fan on one controller, which doesn't happen very often. But I just only buy these. And then all of the ones that don't have this end on them are just from stuff that I've gotten rid of, obviously. Kept the plug off it. Definitely got to put the power meter on that Evergo. I reckon it should be spinning faster. I want to put the unit on the thing's going. We will test this with T12 tubes as well, because I'm pretty sure that's what these would have originally shipped with, and it says 40 watt on the ballast. So I don't know when T8s became more of a thing. So that's cool. I've actually got single versions of these as well. So I could put, theoretically, I could put that reflector on a single cadet if I wanted to. But I prefer twinned fluorescent lights, not singles. Been live for 2 hours. How am I going to test this? I might set it on the ladder. Or I could bring an extension lead. I've got some extension leads. Yeah, I was planning on testing all the fluoros when I have the bench clear, but I didn't clear it in time because I didn't have anywhere to put all of this stuff, which is the problem. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to get a cable tie. I forgot to take this off again. Get a cable tie and cable tie the lead to the fitting. This one isn't really dusty, it's just rusty, but, you know. This cover back on. Actually, interesting thing, cover the reflector being on there is it's preserved the cadet sticker, so that's cool. Oh, hang on, I put it on backwards. Starters are in the wrong position. Oops, hit the cupboard. Yeah, I'm probably going to repaint this reflector. Actually, it's got holes for 3 starters, so I wonder if this might have been for a triple tube fitting. It seems to fit on this cadet properly though, so. I'm going to test it here because it's just going to be a bit difficult to remove. I just have to bring an extension lead over. Oh, sorry. Well, this end doesn't move, so only one end of the cadets moves. That's interesting. Oh, should I just break that? Oh, I broke the little tab off. Dang it. That's annoying. I didn't break it, don't worry. Wait, hang on a minute. I'll put this on backwards. I just because I can only see one starter. So if they're singles on this test, yeah, I can't work that out. For that. I put the reflector on backwards. There we go. That's correct. See, I could put those brass enders in that half piper, but it's got the things that cover them anyway, so there's not really a point. Righty. I'm going to bring the power meter here and just run an extension lead over from the power point. I just need to find one. That's not going to be long enough. I found a 5 meter. It's tangled in another lead. Okay. I got it. So here's the power meter, and grab this thing because I just like to test everything with this thing first. So I'll plug this into the meter and then plug the light into this and then get some tubes. Almost not get back here anymore. Seems I've actually got more teeth on those brass tubes than I do the normal ones, which is cool. I'll wipe these off because they're dusty. These are old Osrims and they've definitely been used because there's black on the ends. There's one. I think these are both the same. Tube edges on the other end. These could, there is a chance these tubes don't work either. Oh, this is a Phillips. I think this tube had a different life. I don't think these were both in the same fitting. I think they've got different hours, but I don't know how you're supposed to only change one tube at a time in the pull enders. This one's actually struggling to hold both of them. I think that's okay. It looks a lot more proportionately correct with tubes in it, which I mean, it makes sense. That's probably the one, yeah. So I'm going to go and turn on the power. It won't light up because I've got the light bulb plugged into it. That is, can't tell if that's full brightness. 37 watts. So no, it isn't. Yeah, it's drawing 37 watts and 0.1 amps. Power factor of 1. So I think it's okay. Can't hear them trying to trigger. Just trying to think. What I might do is turn it off and take one tube out. So you might not be able to tell because it's such a higher, because it's a higher load. Yeah, that tube's loose. Yeah, that light bulb's dimmer. So I think it's okay. There wasn't an earth fault, that's for sure, because otherwise the RCD would have tripped. So let's plug this straight into the power meter. I keep the brass enders aside for preservation. Use a fixture with different tubes. It's also if they fall victim to a ballast failure. That is true, you know. I might chuck some T8s in here. I honestly didn't even think about that. Chuck some T8s in. What do I care about? You are right, my friend. The way the light bulb tests. We'll just grab some T8s. We'll just do one at a time because I can just grab this Philips Alto. I really don't care about Philips Altos. Whoops. As you can tell, because I'm throwing it at the light. Watch power turned off. So this should light up because it's 2 ballasts. And I know that tube's good. So why is it not lighting up? Bad starter. Yeah, it's running 18 watts. 19 watts. 0.6 power factor. So the capacity's okay. Let's try the other side. Are they both bad starters, or is this just a by chance a bad tube that I grabbed? I think these are both started. Both of these starters are bad. Oh, can't see. So that's interesting. Oh, they just take a while because I put it back in and it's not gone straight back to flickering. So it should eventually light up. Let's see if I can find one. There's actually some extra T8s in the light that's on the ceiling. Lights and T8s I don't care about. This is just a random Philips T8. So those starters are either bad or they're really slow. I can't tell. Because I pulled one of them out. Oh, I should do this with the power off. I pulled one of them out and the tube lit. But then I put it back in and it didn't unlight. If that makes sense. Okay. So there's 2 T8 tubes in it. Again, this one is untested though. And then if I remove them, they light up. And then if I put them back in, they don't go out. I'll try these starters in some different fixtures. I'll put some different starters in it. That's right, this one was a bit finicky to get out. I couldn't get it out when I had the fitting open. Might be fiddling with this one for a bit. One starter. FS1 starters. The ballast is definitely fine though. Can't get this starter to come out. Take the cheese out. The starter is stuck in the starter socket. Those ones weren't brass enders though, they're the aluminium enders. But I hear what you're saying. Do I need to open up this fixture to get that started? Still won't come out. There we go. Don't know why that was being so stubborn. Alright, so now I just need some starters. Get some more starters. I've got a jar full of starters somewhere. I'll get it out. I got this out because I knew I was going to be playing with fluorescent lights. But yeah, those starters are weird because, like I said, they weren't. Who's watching? 4 people. They I didn't put the screws in that. They would go out. They would light up when I took them out, which is a thing that starters do when they're bad. And they were trying to strike, but they wouldn't strike. But then when I put them back in after taking them out, they were not going out, which they normally would go out again if they're bad. So, don't know about that one. Just find some random starters that I can put in it. The radium ones. Just like here. Maybe not. I would still like to have some real old starters in there. Oh, this fan. Hello. This fan is here. Let's sign the starters in, I guess. I might need to spread my. Oh, I just found that other radium starter. Or is it the one that I had before? Might have been. So I should keep them aside, really. I don't want to spend too much longer on this one light. So we'll just verify that it works and move on. We'll just test it with T8s like you said, though. These are hard to only take, like, the pull enders and make it a bit difficult to only mess with one tube at a time. Right. Yeah, okay, so those starters were just acting weird. It's drawing 68 watts, 70 watts? Yeah, 70.1 watts. So it's running a little bit low, but that's probably 36 watt lamps. And we're only at 230 volts as well. And it's drawing 0.46 amps, and the power factor is 0.6. So let's put the T12s in it. Ooh. This end's a little bit dodgy, which I don't really love, but what can you do? Yeah, I'd hate to have to put the tubes in it while it's on the ceiling. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I might wrap tape around it so that they don't drop out. I think that's connected though. Let's see. See how we go. Our T12s are definitely a lot more blinky. Both these T12s are good though. They've got a lot of hours on them. This is a 2x40 watt T12 ALI Cadet shot light with a shot light reflector. That's what the end looks like. But the pull end's got the twisties. Very nice light. It'll probably go on the ceiling in the shed somewhere. I'm debating on repainting the reflector though. But yeah, the starters were bad, or starters were being weird. So, not too sure where I'm doing this just yet. Dan Spiffy Newman is messaging me. Send him a photo of this. I think he's watching the stream. But yes. What are we drawing? Still drawing 0.42 amps. The power factor's gone up, so that's interesting. I wonder if that's those tubes or if it's a capacitor. 88 watts. So this is actually a very efficient light. There's not much ballast loss. There's about 4 watts per ballast. So that's cool. It's a very nice fitting. I'm still debating repainting this reflector because it's very rusty. It's all just surface rust. There isn't any cancerous rust, but it looks kind of a bit messy with the surface rust. So yeah. Let's have a look at another fan, shall we? I'm going to take these tubes out while I handle this light fitting. Like I said, I'm probably going to hang it with chains wherever I do hang it. It won't be just straight onto the ceiling like it is a lot of the times in my shed. So I need to organise and clean out the shed a bit more. Oh, just Derpy's back. We just tested this awesome shot light, this ALI Cadet. I'm going to drop everything. This is Associated Lighting Industries Cadet with a big reflector on it. That's a bit rusty, but just tested that and it works, which is good. Set that back where it was for now. I've got another Thorn Popular Pack single as well. I've got 2 of them now, or 3. Right. This is one of the fans that I don't have blades for, but I'm really interested in it, and I'm hoping I will get the blades for it in the future. It's an old Wattmaster. What's the model? It's one of these old Rodea Enterprises Wattmasters. I think the bottom of this one is a bit rough as well. It's got a sticker on it. Can you peel that off? Can. Nice. Get rid of that. Yeah, there was one of these. I saw one of these in a couple of servos. No, there was a couple of these in a servo. There was 2 of them in 36 inch. This one's 48 inch. Again, I don't have the blades for it, unfortunately, but I do just want to give it a quick wipe over. Yeah, I want to give it a quick wipe over because I'm hoping I get the blades for this fan because I actually do want to hang it. obviously I can't without the blades. I was debating seeing, because I think that Evergo blades are similar. So I was debating hanging it with the 48-inch Evergo blades if they fit on the screws, but don't know if they will or not. We'll have a look at the Casablanca after this. A couple more fluorescent starters looking around. Yeah, I can't really do anything with this. I mean, we can do the light bulb test and clean it, but that's pretty much it. Again, this one's got plastic canopies. Let's do the light bulb test, I think. We'll just do it on the bench. Passes the light bulb test. It's not going to spin on its own though. Obviously no earth fault. So it does work. I'm not going to plug it into straight power because it'll spin and lose control on the bench, but yeah, hopefully I get the blades for this one. Put the screws back in. We'll have a look at that Casablanca next. I'm not going to hang the Casablanca. Honestly, I'm still deciding on what fans to swap with what. There's those two 36-inch GEC Windsors hanging above the door that I kind of want to go. I want to take them down completely and not put a fan there. But yeah, I'm still deciding on that. Still deciding on a few things, really. There is 3 of those big fluoros that I need to clean, so I'll probably do some more fluoro things after a bit of fan stuff. This one screw won't go in. Someone's numbered the blades, so they are probably still in that shed that all this stuff came from. I might message the guy and ask him that if either have another look or if I can come back and have another look myself for them. This is a Casablanca. It's an Australian Casablanca. The canopies are on backwards, so we're going to fix that in a minute. As you can see, there's the Casablanca logo. That's what the bottom of the motor looks like. There was 3 of these in a store, in a kitchen store in Bustleton. They're still there. I've made a video of them. I made them with my old camera. There was 3 of them and then an SMC. Do you know what fans were around in the years 1973 through 1976? Not off the top of my head, but Union would have been around then. Definitely in America, to a lesser degree over here. Really, like any fans that you see in a building that was built in that era, you'd see, yeah, what's been manufactured? I think Mistrals were a little bit later than the 70s. Oh, Tat. Martet wing Tats. The really old cast UFO motor style. I've got one of them. That would be 70s. I think the ones that I have hanging, the 36 and the 48-inch one, those ones would have been around then. That Union would have been around then, because that Union is from 1973. The 36-inch one with the green Mistral label. The GEC Royal probably would have been. I'm trying to think. There would have been SMCs back then. I'm just not sure what kind of SMCs. Because SMC is one of the oldest fan manufacturers. This one I'm going to I'm not going to wire up just yet because I've put a makeup plug on it because it's got the right cable for it. But I don't have any more makeup plugs at the moment, so it's got a wire nut on it. That's interesting. It does have a proper connector block too. This thing is rated at 80 watts, which is pretty high. Just wash this cloth out a bit more, and I'll probably let this water out because it's brown again. I'm also good first live stream I've been in for a while. I haven't live streamed for a while either. It's been a while since I did stream. I'm not going to bother with taking out the signing off to test fans. why he keeps private messaging me. He could message in chat, but whatever floats his boat, I guess. This one isn't actually clear. Oh, it's this cloth. I'm going to switch to the other cloth. I do like the live streams. Not many of the fan people do them anymore. Something's squeaking. What's squeaking? All the fans are kind of going a similar speed, so it's hard to tell what's squeaking. This one's been in a lot of sun. It's actually, the paint's changed to kind of a yellowy color, so. Right, clean these canopies too. This is a non-reversible. Interesting for a stamped fan. It's probably older than I think it is. I'll send you the website. It has the anti-design lighting. And oh yeah, cool. Sounds good. Well, the inside of this canopy is nice and clean because the canopies were installed backwards on this fan, so. Get this canopy screw out. Easy to clean. There's actually a Crumpler Goose hybrids in this hall as well. What has everyone been up to? I haven't been home recently. I've been staying at my house. That's why there hasn't been much content, because I've actually taken 2 weeks off work to spend with my new girlfriend. So I haven't been home. I've been with her. Come home for a couple of days. CJ hasn't been on the stream yet, so I don't know why. He's probably doing something. Zach's channel shorts. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen your name around. Are you into fans or lights? Or anything else that I've made videos about, like trains or something? I've actually not spoken to CJ for a while. Yeah, neither have I. I've spoken to him a little bit. I was talking to him about the tramway in Pemberton not long ago. Yeah. Oh, this is the Casablanca. Put this nut back on the bottom, and then we'll clean the blades for it. I'm not going to hang this one up, at least right now. Interesting to see how quick it goes though, because it's rated at like 80 watts or something. Yeah, 80 watts. So it's probably quite quick. Browse all the channels around. Oh yeah. These are the blades for the Casablanca. They just kind of look like normal 90s fan blades. They're dusty. Some more water in the sink. I was in Bali recently and had lots of them. Oh, that's cool. One of my friends is in Bali at the moment, actually. This is kitchen grease. This fan was in a kitchen, I think. Yeah, these blades aren't really going to clean up, I don't think. Not going to clean up too well, at least straight away. I'll probably have to use all-purpose cleaner or something to that effect. I've never been out overseas. I've never been out of the country or out of Australia. So yeah, these blades I'm going to have to spend a bit more time on. They're not just going to wipe off. I think the fan was installed in the kitchen. All these are really scratched up and nasty, which sucks, but these blades are from the 56-inch Crumpton Grease High Breeze. That is also in the Hall of Fame in Singapore and the United States. I've never, yeah, like I said, I've never been out of Australia, and honestly, I'm not really in a rush to. So we'll clean up the Crumpton Grease as well. It's actually different to the other one that I have. I don't know if it's older or newer. The one that I already had before has plastic canopies. The one from this hall has metal canopies. You can see that's the one that I already have, and then the one from this hall is on the ground. Previously go to Dubai. These fans are an off-white, so they're not going to. These blades aren't really going to clean up super well. But what do you do? This one must have been on the outside because it's got a few scratches on it. It's very dusty on the top though. Oops. Stop watching live streams of parents for a while because of issues that happened when I would append emoji. Okay. I don't have any chat mods because there's never enough chatters to need them, so. Yeah, crumbling these blades. Again, I'm going to keep saying I wish I had the blades for that Wattmaster and the Chevron. Chevron and the Wattmaster I don't have blades for. This is the Crumpton Greaves motor. These fans are made in India. And am I going to rewire? Yeah, I'm going to rewire this one because it doesn't have an earth. No, it doesn't have an earth. That's a bit odd. So, do I try and remove? No, I'm not going to try and remove that pin. Yeah, this one has metal canopies. The other one that I have has plastic canopies. So much stuff in your shed. Yeah. I don't know what the underneath of this one looks like. Yeah, it's got a similar style capacitor. Yeah, this one doesn't have an earth though, so I can't really use that cable that it came with. So it isn't going to be very easy to rewire. But so the bottom is the it's written on it. Perfect. So pull the capacitor out. Is there a date on it? Made in India. No date on it. Yeah, but then the ring that holds it in place. This is actually not going to be easy. How did I even know that? That's what I did. I stripped the TPS way back. That'll probably be what I'll have to do here. If I can even get this old cable out though. Is the next question. And then get the new cable in. I didn't even do it with that one, I just stripped it. Oh, there we go. I don't know what year it's from. They don't date them. Someone who knows more about them could probably date it. I'd say 70s. My guess would definitely be 70s, but I'm not sure when. Cut off another 1 meter long extension lead. What is that clicking? One of the fans is squeaking. I don't know which one. Could find out, but I can't really be bothered. It's not really bothering me. Yeah, one of the fans. At the moment, I've got 2 Evergoes. I'll show you. If you join later, there's a tap back there that you can't see. There's that M port with the light on it. There's that 56-inch Evergo, the 48-inch Evergo, and then that 36-inch GEC Royal, which we put up. We put up the 56 and the 36. These 2 fans. We put them up in the stream earlier in the stream. Because they were in this big fan hall. This is because I got 10 fans and a bunch of vintage fluorescent lights. There's a video on my channel. It's the newest video up there before this stream, showing that I got all of these fans. Did you see the comment I made about the Cine fans? Indian. Oh yeah, made in India. Yeah, gotcha. Trying to strip up this cable nice and long because that's how I did it in the other Crumpton Greaves. So. I don't have my wire strippers here. This would be easier with my wire strippers. They're in the car. I don't want to go down there and get them. Probably should be using a non-piggyback plug for this, but that should be enough. GEC Royals. Yeah, I honestly, I keep forgetting if it's a Royal or a Loyal. I think it's Royal is what they call. It needs a repaint though. There's a big scratch in the bottom of the motor. A bunch of the paint's missing. But how am I going to get it out? Oh, canopies. They're spun aluminium as well, so they're really thin canopies. That's why there's so many dings in them. Geez, they don't make them, do they? They must come pre-wired from the factory. Or they probably come disassembled. But yeah, that's what it is. That pin that can't be removed, so. Oops, computer. Almost there. Got two of them through. It's just this brown wire. Jesus, come on, man. This isn't proving easy. Do you have all original control? No, I don't. I only have one of them. Yeah, they're all the. I don't have a lot of the original controls for a lot of my fans, unfortunately. The only one that I got on that haul with the original controller was a Chevron, but I don't actually have the blades for the Chevron. So there's two fans. There was 10 fans in this haul. There was two Evergos, the 56-inch one that's on the ceiling, and then a 48-inch wood-bladed one. Evergo Wattmasters. Don't have controls for those. There's Casablanca. There's two Mistral MCFA 36s, 36-inch Martec, this fan, and the Royal. I only have original controller for the Chevron, and the Chevron and one of the other Wattmasters. I forget the name of the company. It's a different Wattmaster. It's got plastic canopies. I don't have the blades for those. But I might get them at a later date, depending, because I got all of the stuff from a guy that was cleaning out a shed for another guy. And he said, and it's like, you should have seen it. It was like, there's all piles. It was just basically a big pile of stuff, but nothing was really organized. And I only knew I was getting the two Evergo Wattmasters because I messaged him. It was an ad that was basically just a massive yard sale ad. It just said massive yard sale, lots of stuff. And there was a few pictures of just random things. So I messaged on the whim saying any fans, and he sent me two photos of the two Wattmasters. I explained it all in that video that's on my channel. But yeah, there's the two Wattmasters, so I said, yeah, I'll get them. And then when I got there, he was like, found heaps more and gave me all these fans. And then I said, I'm also into fluorescent lights. Well, I actually just said lights in general. And there was a lot of like general lighting, 70s style, just indoor fittings. And I was like, yeah. And then I saw all the fluorescent lights, and I was like, fluorescent lights. But yeah, hope that answers the question. Oh, this terminal was stripped. So, I think it might be. Yeah. Oh. Put this capacitor back in. And connect this earth that it didn't have before. I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream soon too, guys. I need to go and eat. I could start streaming again, but I'm sort of just, this is all I'm sort of doing. I need to clean out the shed a bit though too, so which I don't really want to do on stream. So stream probably won't be going for too much longer. But yeah, we'll do a couple of things. I want to test. There's a couple more fluorescent lights actually that I definitely want to test. So definitely do that. Probably do that next. Put this on backwards. Oh, there's a nut behind there. That's why it's not tightening. Jeez, I don't make that very easy. Right. Close that up. So this one I do have the blades for, so I can make a. Yeah, I know it's nearly 3 hours. This one I can do a test video of. So I'll probably do that at some point. I'm not going to do it right now. The bottom of the motor in this one's not scratched like my other one either, so that's quite nice. Yeah, let's have a look at another fluorescent light. Let's do this one here. I've got those 3 4-foot single 12 fixtures as well, but see how we feel afterwards. I need to check how many cables I've got still as well. So it was fixed to a random piece of wood. This is just a single 2-footer T12. I've got one end cap for it. Fortunately, I don't have the other one. What kind of tube is this? These end caps look either Phillips or National. There's no edge. So, give it a quick wipe over. Oh, there is an edge. I can't quite make it out though, it's really faint. Wow, it's a Matsushita. Matsushita tube. So that's cool. Yeah. I've wiped it over the edge. Kind of like that. No, National. It says National and Matsushita on it. So that's who made this tube. Except the edge is really faint, which kind of sucks. Open up this light. I wonder if it has a National ballast in it. That would be fitting. I think National made ballasts. It's not opening. Okay. It's got a real old ballast and capacitor in it. Let's see. AEI. I've never heard of them before. And there's no brand sticker on the inside of the fitting either. So unknown fluorescent light, that's for sure. Show you the ballast. It's green, which is interesting. Yeah, this tube says National and Matsushita on it. I think it was the same company, or it was very, very similar company. There's a screw sticking through it. I don't like to get rid of. It's got a random Phillips Indian starter in it, and you actually have to take the ballast cover off to replace the starter, which is interesting. So hopefully that starter works. And it's got this old cloth wiring connected to it, so I think it was actually a replacement in a really old house, or wherever it was installed before. White and blue. Is there anything on the ballast, on the capacitor? 85. 1985, maybe? Seems a bit older than that, but could be wrong. Get another one of my extension leads. How many do I have left? I've still got 4, so that's good. I can put one on each of those single fluorescent lights that are sitting in the background. I think I bought enough of these, which is good. I never seem to. Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. There's 2, isn't it? Because that's what the cadets say on them. So it's an associated light. I didn't know they made their own ballasts. That's interesting. Yeah, because the cadet says ALI on it. I knew ALI was associated lighting. It just didn't click then. A lot of these old Australian lights are associated lighting. They're either that or they're Thorn. Don't know which fan's squeaking, but it's starting to annoy me. Justice fees or something. I think it's the big Avogo. Can't tell. The motor I'm getting real warm though, so. Also, National is a brand of fluorescent. Oh, okay, cool. I've got another national fluorescent tube somewhere. It's 15 watt though. Not 20 or 18. Turn the speed on that phone down a bit so the squeaking changes. Yeah, it is. It's that big Avogo that's squeaking. Can't really put a cable tie on this light either because there isn't any holes in the chassis. And for whatever reason, they've removed the terminal block, so it's just loose in here. And then the earth is on a nut and bolt that's already in here. I didn't have an earth connected to it before, that really old cloth cable. A lot of these lights would have been really interesting installs to see as well. And the fans. I'd really like to know where that Wattmaster was, or actually all of the fans really. All of the fans in my collection, honestly. Some of them I know where they were installed, but other ones I don't. That's got the earth. I really need to wipe the actual fitting, but I definitely need to wipe that ballast cover. It's quite rusty, so this one might be a candidate for a repaint, but I tend to not want to do that where I can. I should have like this side. A bit of dust. Yeah, this one is a tight fit. It's not quite sitting right in one corner. just something with that corner, I guess. Where are the screws? Alright, let's give this one a weld. Power is on, so we'll do the light bulb test first. Put the tube back in. Do the light bulb test first. Plug it in the meter. Plug the meter into power. It's actually flickering, so it works. So we're drawing. One. Right, let's take the light bulb away. Right, what are we drawing? 0.3 amps, and there's our power factor settling out. 0.3, so it's got a really bad power factor, which is interesting. Capacitor's probably not working. 23 watts. So it's running not too much ballast loss, which is good. It's running pretty efficiently. That power factor is really bad, so that's interesting. That's why it's drawing such high amps. 0.3 is quite high for one of these. So you go, there's another fluorescent light. You're still watching on Cam and Fraser. We'll do some more lights, I think. Some more fluorescent lights. Let's see what it looks like with this thing on. It'd be cool if I had both of these for both ends, but I don't, unfortunately. Again, I like using these piggyback ends. There is another T12 light, but I don't have a ballast plate for it. Or at least I can't find it at the moment, so I am just going to leave that one for my beam. Oh, yeah, there is three more of these leads. I don't know how many of them I bought. I think I bought like 7, and there's 3 more lights. So I think we'll just do one of these because it's going to be the same for the other 2. And then we'll probably end the stream because I need to go and have lunch and clean up the shed a bit more. Clean out the shed. But we'll do one more light. And what have I got left for fans? Just the Mistrals, really. So yeah, but no, this has been a good stream. That's for sure. There we go. This is a Spram. Osram. It's an Osram tube. The etch isn't falling apart, which is nice. And I don't know what kind of fitting this is. There's a sticker there, but it's kind of disintegrated. And there's a hole for a starter, but there's no starter, so cover might be on backwards. Open it up. Yeah, the cover's on backwards. It's got a Sultra ballast in it. I've got quite a few of those ballasts. And this has been, wherever it was installed last was very incorrect. That's interesting. They've used speaker wire. I've only just noticed that. They've used speaker wire. There's no earth. And they've used the earthing thing to clamp down on the speaker wire to sort of anchor it in place. Which is a bit dodgy, but whatever, I guess. Old people. It's probably an old man that did that. Old men that don't know better. My dad might have been. Put one of these piggyback plugs on it. So this starter is kind of interesting. No, not really. Oh, it's a Sultra starter, so it'll be original starter. That's cool. This flex is hard to strip without the wire strippers. Again, I'm probably gonna call it a day after this. Still got those 2 wood vinyl lights. I have to get some more plugs for them. The 2 wood vinyl single 18 diffused fittings. Cadet, and then there's some other thing. Okay, that's enough. Right, neutral. Got a plastic capacitor in it. I didn't check it for a date. What date there? Is there a date on the last? Oh, 78. There you go. 1978. See, I've got 3 of these. One of them's slightly different. Probably just from a different brand, honestly. That washer wasn't here before. Right. Put this back together. Just give this cover a wipe off and the tube. A lot of surface rust on these again, though. Dirt on the inside. Put the cover on the correct way around this time. This end's missing a plastic piece. I did have one loose, so it might have been from this one. It could have been one of the ones. I have to check. Sure it'll be around somewhere. I'm going to wrap up the stream after this light, by the way, everyone, because it is very tired in here. I need to eat, and then I'm probably going to do some other things that aren't very interesting. If I start doing something interesting, I can start streaming again, but I probably won't. Like swapping out lights and fans and adding lights is probably what I'm going to start doing afterwards. So, wipe off this tube. do the light bulb test. I'm not doing the thing like you said about testing it first on a tube I don't care about. Well, I guess I sort of am because I'm doing this. Let's see that passes. And it works. Drawing 0.2 amps and power factor of 0.88, so almost 1. 41 watts. So it's pretty efficient, this one. So that's good. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream now. So just start saying all your final goodbyes. I'm really de-energized, so I need to go and eat something. Like I said, if I start doing something interesting, I'll start the stream again. But yeah, most likely won't, unfortunately. Actually, no. What we can do one more thing while you're all while we're saying the goodbyes. All of the ones that I've got the piggyback ends on, you can plug them into each other. Just bring over the power meter. Plug them all into each other. How many is here? That's one. This is another one. That one doesn't have one. Most of the few of the leads ended up on the fans. Oh yeah, that cadet shot light. I won't do that one because I need to put tubes in it. It's big. We'll bring this one over though. I don't think I need some long enough. I only bought 1 meter leads, so I'll set it up here, which is less than ideal, but you know. And then either the half pipe or that light. I think this one's going to be easier. It's not buried. And again, I'm going to do a bigger start. Nice. That one's a bit lighter, so that's cool. Cool. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry you can't really see that, but I just wanted to do that. All right. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, fans. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'm probably going to do more streams in the future. It's just hard because my computer doesn't work very well, and I don't love doing it with my phone, but it's irrelevant. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you soon. I'm gonna probably make some fan test videos at some point. Thank you all for watching. Speak to you soon.